Greetings, fellow Wendigo. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, The First Wendigo, Episode 59, Cloned Cannon Fodder. Before I start, let's briefly recap last stream. So, Wendy finally became a countess. So here's her countess royal throne room, full of flowers that she detests. And she now has all the aids and quite a bit of psychas. The level 6 psychas she earned was Berserk Pulse. We have been making a big push for additional genetics, but unfortunately, one of us has fallen. So Soups died in a raid, getting shot by arrows down here to death. And then Wendy cleared out another raid on her own, or several raids actually. There's been a lot of mechanoids and quite a lot of raiders. So that's been going on. We also had a fire breakout in our corpse and waste pack facility and that kind of stuff. I had in the pre-stream announcement sort of hinted at one of the big projects that I plan on undertaking this stream, which is to potentially grow our own soldiers now that we have enough xenogerms to have decent cannon fodder. So that segues perfectly to the first priority, which is right here. What should we do? Vat grow additional eggs as combat grunts, work towards obtaining the glitterworld artifact, obtain another mech link, because there is a mech link ancient complex out there, improve the defenses, head to an ancient complex, which would not be the mech link complex, but other ones that we have, or viewer suggestions, something that you guys suggest. So you guys can vote on that while I continue to clean up. So what I'm going to be doing first and foremost is setting Wendy to construct priority to try to get the flaming maze entryway repaired. And then also we are running relatively low on steel, so making sure that Orange Chaos stays on task with obtaining steel. So I do have these mining tunnels that I put down last stream, and I'm going to continue searching for steel because we are down to 48, which is simply not enough. There is an Imperial trader out right now. I'm pretty sure I traded with them last... Yeah, I did. Cool. But we do have a lot of silver out here to be hauled, and then some silver here as well from dead raiders that came in. And welcome everybody, and I hope you all had a wonderful new year. First stream of the year. Thank you so very much, Morty, for all the gifted subs, and the resub, Bryzet for bits, Van Deathheart, and Andrew for the resubs as well. Cheers. And Dem Tacos for 25 months. Just over 2 years. Oh boy. So we do have two current vat grown. One, Bryzet, is neurotic. And then the other, is Midi, who is a brawler. So we'll keep a close eye to see if either of them are going to be viable help for defending the colony. There's sort of two ways to go about this, obviously. There's the mech route, and then there's the humanoid cannon fodder route. And given that Wendy is vat growing soldiers and Wendigo, it also makes sense to considerably invest in human vat grown combat capability. So that's something that I think is currently winning in the polls, and something that we should maybe focus upon. Which means once we run a little bit of heal root in this farm, turning this farm back over to rice to make sure that we have enough food to feed the vats, because vats are very food intensive, resource intensive. Will I be fixing Wendy's mech helmet? There's no way to fix things in RimWorld, so I'd have to make a new one. So I'll make a new one when I have to, when it fully breaks. We have an Imperial trader from Glitterworld Empire that I had called in. And then I also called in Inalor. So last stream, I also allied Inalor. I gifted them a whole bunch of garbage, and I'm now allied with them so I can use them for trading. So they are also on their way. Alright. I just have to babysit Orange Chaos down here, making sure that Orange Chaos keeps mining. And then the mechs that I have here, I'm going to set to haul-only zones. So the haul-only zone only allows them to go specific spots where I want them to haul, namely the steel stockpile, bringing the steel in. So I've just changed their priorities. They also, the haulers can go to the trade zone here. And then I'll also add the trade zone here so that they can help haul the silver. Wendy can very easily caravan the silver, though, so I don't think that's much of an issue. What happens when the helmet's gone? When the helmet's gone, she'll lose bandwidth, and then a subset of her mechs will go rogue. Which isn't necessarily a big problem, because she can always just make another helmet that adds bandwidth, but it wouldn't be armored. So that would be the vulnerability there. I'm going to make sure that I've also extracted all eggs from those that need their eggs extracted. So double D, we're going to take an egg. And I think that's the only... Nope. The dirt mole. Take an egg too. It's too bad that there's no equivalent of like egg farming like there is hemo farming. It does remind me that it wouldn't be a terrible idea to start hemo farming these prisoners again. Because as Wendy is death resting, she uses up hemogen in the death rest facilities, and it needs to be refulfilled so that she can become super fast and strong after every death rest. So taking a look at the poll, looks like vat growing additional eggs as combat fodder is the goal. So let me write that down. Vat grow additional soldiers. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention. The weird bug about the advanced components was solved by Cathanon. So if you have this bug, this is what's going on. In Better Workbench Management, there is a thing called count resources outside stockpiles. So what's happening here is there's actually an ancient danger somewhere that has 4 advanced components that are just on the ground. When I check this, it counts it up to 10, but unchecked it counts only to 6. So it's a mod setting and not a RimWorld bug. It was just a feature that the mod included that I hadn't known about. So that's what was going on there. Why I was scratching my head as to why the numbers were all wrong. I was just looking in the wrong place. Blame mods. I should have known, right? Where is... Oh, okay, here they are. Here's the Imperial traders. Geese. I'm not gonna willingly buy geese. Nearsighted plus unattractive. Oh, fun. Strong melee. I already have, I believe I already have strong melee, right? No, that's just +4. I have, great melee, which is significantly better. And they don't stack, so there's no point in buying that. Yeah. Some skill trainers, none of which I need. Wow. This trader came in, and there's, like, nothing for me to buy. I guess I could buy steel, given that I have a real steel scarcity at the moment. But that's too bad. I was hoping for something better. Especially given that my relationship with the Glitterworld Empire is very low at the moment. Natsu, let's have you butcher additional human legs. It does look like I am running low on human meat. What is a high subcore? A high subcore is the CPU component that you need to be able to make high-tech mechs. So, to be able to make stuff like Diaboluses or Centipedes, you need high subcores. And high subcores are obtained by rip scanning people. A rip scanner scans someone, kills them in the process, and creates a high subcore. It's a fatal process. All right, let's see here. The hauling zone is also going to include this steel, so that the hauler bots can haul. And then periodically, I just have to check back to Orange Chaos to make sure that Orange Chaos is continuing mining appropriately, because I don't want Orange Chaos to stop, because I need it. All right, T-Sing, you are starving, so I'm going to tend and feed you with Wendy. T-Sing, of course, last stream suffered considerably high toxic... Oh, God. And a solar flare? That's not good. Suffered high toxic buildup as a result of the enemies that brought in toxic weapons. Wendy is completely immune to toxic weapons, so it was a joke for her, but T-Sing took the brunt of it and is still recovering. And recovering from an infection as well. Well, a solar flare is rather rude. So you're going to have tremors? Yeah, you're going to have tremors for a bit. There's no way other than just waiting it out to reduce toxic buildup, unless I implanted some sort of toxic immunity into you through organs like detoxified kidneys or through genetics, but you're a genie, so I wouldn't be able to do that without wiping out your genome. Because if I did that, you wouldn't... Well, you know what? At this point, I could probably design a better genie genome. Because I do believe I have great crafting. And I have dead calm. So that actually... I don't have elongated fingers. That would be the one that I would be missing. The 10% manipulation. But I can easily make that up, giving you bionic arms. Don't love the idea of giving bionic arms to a slave, though. Seems like something that would backfire on me. In a sort of epic and famous way. Mike does have a bionic leg, but that's because he lost, I don't even remember what he lost. Maybe just toes. But he did end up getting a bionic leg, which is also something dangerous to do. I've got to say, the solar flares are particularly nasty when you're trying to grow heal root, because heal root takes us such a long time to grow that you lose a lot of progress. Whereas when solar flares hit like rice, it's not that much of a problem, because it's rice. It grows quickly. Grows, I don't know, like 5 times faster than heal root or something like that. I don't know the exact number. But I just told Parduk to stop harvesting this rice to go for the heal root, because I'm low on herbal meds, and they are very much required in order to egg farm my prisoners. Well, this will be the first time I'm going to thank Cancer, but Cancer, thank you for subbing. No one in the history... Well, I guess Wendy might actually be one of the first individuals to go, thank you, Cancer. Just given how she likes to torture people. But she's unusual. And Steph, thank you for the resub as well, and Silden too. Cheers. Hop up. Oh my god. Isn't the Edict Contail a manipulation bonus as well? No. The Edict Contail is a warmth bonus. It's a smooth tail, which is the manipulation bonus, but I don't have smooth tail. And no native species have smooth tail either. It's a bought and implanted xenogerm. But there is a smooth tail out there that I could hypothetically get. Alright, let's see. If we got the heal root over here, 11. I mean, I was hoping for more. The psychoid leaves are going to be nice. For some reason or another, my Fabricor... I don't think the Fabricors are able to make wort. I think they can cook, but they can't make wort. So, if I want beer, I'm going to have to set Wendy to do it. So I'm just going to make a big batch of beer, or wort, rather, and just drop it on the floor. But I don't want to insert the wort into the fermenting barrels anyway, because we have a solar flare and it's ruined the last batch. So I'm going to wait until the flare is over before making the next batch. Alright, and there it goes, it's ending. So if you guys wanted me to gestate another egg, let me figure this out. Strong melee damage, robust, reduced pain. So that's 3. Oh, I have a new overlay. So here we go. Let me pause just a second. So I have this overlay so it's easier to see the must-have genes and the must-avoid genes without actually splitting the screen or anything like this. So this is 3. It has aggressive, or has robust, strong melee damage, reduced pain. This has 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we'll start with the 3. This embryo of Allah and curiosity, we will gestate. And I hope that overlay helps you. Of course, you guys can always use the genes command in chat to see the full layout, the full description. And JT, thank you for the gifted subs, and Lunny Lemur for the resub. This is probably something that Mask could do, or T-Sang could do. Oh, speaking of T-Sang, he's slowly starving. So in the future, maybe I'll have them manage the wort. Or Mike, someone other than Wendy, but Wendy wants beer and wasn't going to wait forever for it. So the current cooking is set up to mech only, and Psychic tea is mech only. I am not entirely sure that the mechs can make tea either. Where is Natsu? Yeah, if Natsu is wandering, I don't think the mechs can make tea. So this will be any human with the allowed skill of 0 to 5, and this will be any human with allowed skill of 0 to 5. And Mass is going to become responsible for it. Seems reasonable. Have I gotten any higher than 3 genes? Yes. Yes, I have. So Mass here is also... Mass is actually just a 1-gener, but Soups was a 4-gener. I don't think I could show you Soups because they are... Oh no, here we go. So Soups has cold tolerance, strong melee damage, robust, and reduced pain. So 4 of the 11 genes that I'm aiming for. But Soups died. But the reason Soups was stuck in a sarcophagus was A, for corpse obsession mental breaks, but B, they were the most successful iteration of the project so far. And then a little reminder, of course, of Bryzet and Midi. Bryzet is a 3 genes. Cold tolerance, robust, reduced pain. And then Midi is also the same. 3 genes. Setting the T to 0 to 5 skill will prevent the robots from doing it anyway. Yeah, I don't think they can make T... Well, here, let me see. Any mech... When you have it set to any mech, which it was before, there is not even a skill setting anyway. But the reason I'm setting it 0 to 5 for cooking is so that Wendy doesn't do it, because Wendy is a 15. But if we take a look at the... Let me just double check. So Fabricors can cook, but that does not mean make wort, make tea. Those are different, I suppose. Slowing, you don't look productive. Oh, something else that I realized I had not done is the hauler robots are not allowed to recharge, which is kind of dumb. So I just fixed that. What would the countdown until Resmix serum can't be used for Soups? Well, what do you... Sorry, what? All right, let's check in on Orange Chaos. Yep, I was right to check. There we go. All right, now that Orange Chaos is almost done with the currently queued up mining, I will reallow these tunnels to be mined. And then also mine additional tunnels here as well to look for steel or other components. Hey, Bash. Welcome, man. Cheers. How's life? How is life, dude? Another thing that you can see Wendy doing right now is I am setting up fire foam poppers in here so that I don't run into the situation where we have fires in here again. Oh. So 2 secret installations to look for the glitter wand info. I just got tasked with another one. T-Sing's on his feet. And moving around. That's good. Mass, I'm going to have you haul these waste packs. Because they don't belong here. The reason the waste packs are here is because I got raided while I was trying to move them around. And I just need to put them where they belong. Getting sick of drilling oil. I can imagine that would be boredom-inducing. It's also somewhat dangerous, too. It's probably monotonous and dangerous, which is a terrible combination, because you get... I mean, I'm just assuming here, but I'm guessing you get somewhat, lax. And then that's when calamity hits. Kubacam, thank you for the sub as well. Let me unlock the Yoda cam for you guys. Look at him just soaking this up. He loves it. I have a pretty decent amount of hemogen, 28. I'll get up to like 40, let's say. But I don't need to continue hemogen farming forever. Because it's not all that, it's not necessarily useful. Oshana, thank you for the sub as well. The resub. I might... Oh, God. If you're asking about my donation alerts. They are. And I actually have the overlay up. But, don't do it. You deserve a well-earned break from your oil drilling. Instead, treat yourself. Alright, looks to me like I am going to need to do a little... Oh, what is going on here? 2 traders at the same time. Imperial trader from Glitterworld Empire and Inalor. And then the sound I heard, I think, was a waste pack decaying. It sounded like an infestation, but it wasn't. Oh my god. I saw the tip. I know who that's from. Oh boy, Bash. Well, you know, your oil money will go to renewable energy for the Wendigos. We get our renewable energy from butchering humans. It's like Soylent Green power. But thank you. Thank you so very much. Here, I'm going to be pink for a while. Or I guess Yoda's pink for a while. Thank you so very much. Soylent Red. That's a good term there. Don't trademark it, because I'm going to be using it. So Wendy is rebuilding some of the fire trap that I've been using. Struck uranium ore. All right, let me flag this so that I know to look back here in the future. What are you doing, Yoda? He's just like resting his head while sitting upright. What a weird dude. It's starting to get a little cold on the map tile, so I'm going to trade now before they fully arrive. So I know I need steel. Oh, skin hardening would be a really good tech print to buy. I have enough money for it by 1 silver. So I'll come back to that. Facial ridges. And... ooh! Great medical with a gene implanter. Oh man, it's too bad that the great medical can't be separated out. One of the things that I was looking for the longest time was the great medical gene so that I could have the offspring do surgeries. The net result was, of course, we defeated the War Queen and built a paramedic robot, but the great medical gene would have solved that. Definitely. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of money in order to buy what I want here. Some of this stuff I can sell, though. Like, pollution stimulus is not a gene that I plan on implanting. Or not likely, at least. Awful, intelligent, intellectual, bushy-only beards. I'll keep that. Poor cooking with antitoxal lungs I'll sell as well. I don't really need that. Because poor cooking would be useful if I'm trying to lower the food cost, but antitoxal lungs negates that effect. Yep. I will actually get the implanter with great medical rather than skin hardening. Well, no, I'm going to do skin hardening. I think I'm more likely to use skin hardening sooner. And that's going to cost me everything. Let's apply it. And then the other trade is up here. And this is Inalor's Exotic Goods. Hope I made the right choice there. Now that I have the paramedic bots and I have the tech to make more paramedic bots, I don't think that the great medical is going to be particularly useful. What is a reimplanter? A reimplanter lets you copy your xenogerm into other people once every 2 years or so. Low sleep, dark vision? Oh. Wow, that is a really powerful one. Killthirsty and unattractive. Killthirst is a +4? Wow. That's one way to offset your food needs, I guess. Guilt-thirsty unattractive is something that's kind of how I would describe a Wendigo. Super heat tolerant, grayless hair. Far less interested. I might need to buy the Killthirst. I mean, as much as I like the dark vision and low sleep, dark vision eventually will be incorporated into our germline, our inheritable genes. Whereas Killthirsty, there is no inheritable gene for that, because it doesn't exist. The other issue is I'm running very low on plasteel, so I might need to park Wendy in front of the ground pen scanner soon. All right. Well, that was a good purchase. Let's bank that. Because if I'm making vat-grown soldiers, making them kill-thirsty seems fine to me. Because if they start to have mood problems due to their kill thirst, I'll just send them to attack people, like settlements or whatever. Even if they fail, I mean, it doesn't matter, because they're going to be sacrificed. About one more day until Kish comes back. His, like, 10th time coming back. If their trade is pacifist, it's kill-thirsty overright, I don't know. I suspect not. And that they just sort of go insane instead. But I don't know. For whatever reason, the paramedic bot isn't extracting ovum. I don't think. But here is the growth vat. And I'm going to insert the... Oh, there's 2 of them? Allah and Curiosity... Oh, either copy is fine. They're both fine. So let's try that. Oh, it shows you an arrow. Okay. So we are now planning on growing the correct one. And then... make sure to fill it with rice, because that's going to be the least expensive. Let's see how Orange Chaos is doing. So we did find some uranium, but nothing else has been found. David, thank you for the resub. Okay, Wendy can now call Trooper Squad. That's off cooldown. It's good to know. Something else I have to keep an eye on is for Sky. Sky is going to slowly go into Go Juice deficiency and dependency. In 5 days, they will fall into a coma due to lack of Go Juice. And then in 35 days, they'll die. I don't care if they're in a coma, but I don't want them to die, because I want to keep scanning the Hussar genome for my own implantation purposes. T-Sang, you're fully healed, so you just need to work on your toxic buildup. Wait until that clears. But Wendy is going to hit you with a work drive to try to offset. Cool. I'll have Mike start to fill the vat and put that embryo in there. For whatever reason, Wendy stopped mid-load. How is the... So the fire trap entrance is definitely not reset and reloaded. Noted. Orange Chaos hasn't struck steel yet. I'll have to remember to pull Natsu off of the recharger. Or we'll not have cooking done. It does look like the tea is getting made, though. I guess Mass has been working on that. Something else I'm going to lack fairly soon is food for the hoppers. I have a little bit more donkey meat. But once food runs out, the prisoners are going to be competing for the same rice that the vats will be competing for. So that's something to keep an eye on. Making sure that we manufacture food to keep our operations running. All right, Wendy. I'm going to have Wendy do the bare minimum to get the kill box back up and running. I would say even just the steel barricades are probably enough, and then put her back on research, because I was about to get cataphract armor, which is going to be pretty important. And then there's a lot of other really important things to get as well. Jump packs for locust armor. or healing factor, skin hardening, gas operation. These are all, you know, pretty important, I would say, as well. So I'll have you vote on next research. So we had skin hardening, healing factors, jump packs, gas operation. I can also include... Yeah, really only those four make the most sense. So pick between these four. Now that the caravans are gone, I'm probably more open for enemy attacks. So I gotta keep an eye out for that. There's maybe 2 loads left of the hauler bots, and then they won't have anything left to haul. Because I'm out of steel. I gotta keep an eye on that as well. I'm going to continue the mining tunnels around here, trying to strip mine for steel. I'm going to start with the tunnels wide, so that I'm more likely to find steel, and then once I've strip mined for steel, I can open it up for gold, plasteel, uranium, components, etc. Can you get xenogenes that are unique from trade? All xenogenes can be purchased in trade, but not all xenogenes exist in the wild. So certain genes, like Killthirsty would be a good example of it, can only be found through trade. Because the only xenogenes that you can get through scanning are ones that exist in people, in your world, meaning that you can only get, you know, genes from dirt moles, Neanderthals, Hussars, genies, Highmates, those kind of things. So the genes that don't exist in the different species and the different genetically engineered humans, you have to buy. And then archetype genes, which is the genes that vampires have, you have to buy because they can't be scanned. But hypothetically, you can collect all genes if you want to go full Pokemon. It's possible, but I'm sure it would take you ages and ages and ages. Or you'd have to do a crazy amount of caravan travel to hit up like every town in the whole world every time trade reset. It's hypothetically possible, but it would be very grueling. Yeah, I would say, I'm going to guesstimate here. These are just guess numbers. I'm going to say there's probably around 200 genes, and maybe only about half of them can be scanned, because only about half of them exist naturally in RimWorld without setting up player-designed xenotypes or anything like that. So you could probably scan about half of them. A lot of the ones that you can get are actually had in Hussars, for instance. Hussars have a lot of genes that are unique to Hussars and can't be found elsewhere, like Unstoppable or Red Eyes or Psychic Death. Those none of the other species have. Partial antitoxal lungs, so on and so forth. But yeah, you could probably scan about half, and you'd have to buy the other half. So there is a Psychic Suppressor quest. It's a Psychic Suppressor machine tuned to females, which is particularly annoying for Wendy. 3 mechanoids are sleeping nearby. And these are the rewards. I can have you vote on this as well. I don't have a Hussar in my pop. I have a Hussar prisoner, but I'm going to wait until they're like deep in a coma before bothering to give them go juice. because I don't care about their well-being. Oh, I actually know why my robot wasn't doing the surgeries. Because the robot, Fangface, didn't have access to... didn't actually have access to the medicine stock. And there we go. Now, Fangface is actually doing the ovum extractions. I looked over and it occurred to me, oh yeah, you can't even reach the meds. That's a pretty good reason to not work, I guess. Well, that seems like someone up top was mad at me, but missed. Landed, like, almost on me. Kish will be coming back in about 2 hours. Orange Chaos has combed the mountain and hasn't found anything. And you guys want me to do healing factors next. Copy that. Going full Wolverine. So with the cataphract armor, initially there's really not much that I need to do with the cataphract armor tech prints. I wouldn't mind getting myself... So there's two trains of thought here. One, because Wendy is particularly vulnerable to fire damage, it might make sense for her to wear Phoenix armor. The reason to wear Phoenix armor is Phoenix armor makes you very fire resistant. So as you can see, the armor to heat is 75%. Compare that to, let's say, Locust armor, and it's 41%. And then higher quality Phoenix armor will be even higher percentage protected from fire. So and it's also just a high armor piece, right? It's going to have a lot of sharp protection as well. The other school of thought is to go with Locust armor for additional mobility. Wendy is one of the fastest humans alive. She also has long jump legs and skip. And if she had a jump pack, I don't know how anything would ever catch her. But maybe it's not necessary to have Locust armor as well. But those are sort of the two schools of thought as far as I'm concerned. Alright, where is Natsu? There you are. Really? No more steel? Man, that's a lot of tunnels not to have found steel yet. And Kish is back. Orange Chaos, thanks for gifting out a sub. Alright, looks like the hauler mechs no longer have things to haul, so I am going to actually unrestrict them to have them go haul whatever they want. Grenadier armor, you don't select the type of... you don't select the type of grenade you throw. It's frag grenades only. You don't get fire foam. If you want something like that, you would need fire foam packs, which is what T-Sing has. The fire foam pop pack would be the firefighting gear equivalent that both T-Sing and Mike have. So, at a moment's notice, I can send them into combat where there's a lot of fire and just have them hit their packs. So Kish is fixing up this mess. That's good. Gene's growing in 1 day. And everybody except for Double D has had their eggs extracted. Double D is not, because Double D is psychotically wandering due to a lack of drugs. There we go. And Fangface immediately starts ripping. So it's about 8 days until this new embryo birth. And then Ryza and Midi are about to have a growth opportunity. So fingers crossed for me that they get good traits. So far, one's neurotic, which is not a bad trait. They work faster, so that's fine by me. And the other one's a brawler, which is a great trait, allowing Midi to land melee hits more often, which is fantastic when you want to be a Wendigo. So I am hoping that they don't end up with, like, slothful or wimp or something stupid. I mean, if they end up with a trait that I can offset with xenogerm implantation, that's fine. But if they end up with a trait that makes them useless, that's a real problem. My lord, is this mountain just like pure slate? All of this mining, I guess I found four steel nodes. I take that back. That's not that bad. Could be worse. Yeah, if only I could just not select a trait. That would be nice, that no was an option every time. So I forgot about this quest, and now I remember, so let me pull for this. Should I accept the psychic suppressor? Just 2.5 minutes to vote on it, and then for the rewards. So, for reference, I already have enough honor to be a countess. I'm already a countess. Extra honor can be used to call in extra favors. And then, masterwork weapons are not bad. In terms of plasteel, I don't have a renewable source of plasteel yet. But an insanity lance and a prestige helmet would be kind of nice. Of course, Wendy can't wear a prestige helmet without losing the bandwidth for her mechs. So maybe there's a need to either make band nodes or stay with Mechalord armor. And then Cataphract legendary helmets are always nice, but uranium is not something I'm using in bulk at the moment. I'm just going to quickly scan outside to make sure that there isn't anything super valuable laying on the ground that I've since forgotten about. I don't think there is, but I just want to make sure. Because knowing me, I could definitely forget like a pile of plasteel or something like that. There is a low shield pack of this mech shield. There's some silver there and some meds. You know what, Wendy, how about I just micromanage you? So I'm going to have Wendy just caravan it real quick, just to clean up some of the outside. Other than the low shield pack, I'm not really seeing any valuable treasure. It's mostly just slag. We get hit with a lot of slag. Kish is rebuilding the entryway gates. Good. Orange Chaos is trying its best to try to find a steal to no avail. Okay, yeah, there's really not much else out here. Some puny weapons. A few are like decent-ish, like that chain shotgun of normal quality, but nothing that I would cry about losing. Although Wendy never cries, so that's kind of a misnomer. And no, wins by only a few votes. So we're going to tell Aradne? No, I'm not going to be suppressed. Maybe it would have been a little different had it not been females. Because Mass and Wendy are both female. So it would give my male slaves a bit of an upper hand if they were suppressed. But in my experience, often the danger sites are really easy to exploit because the guards of those sites typically are sleeping and don't wake up if you start to like destroy stuff, which is funny. Railgun, welcome to your first stream. Okay, that was a pretty decent amount of cleanup, I think. Thank you for tuning in to The First Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 1st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos,